the grill pan. I probably sell between 3 and 4 outright, probably at every single show. Maybe not, but most of the time. But a lot of times I think why a lot of people buy them is because I tell them all kinds of different things you can do, and I always use this, no matter if the recipe calls for it or not. I always use it. I always bring something to use it. I always make little wraps, bring little like pieces of bread. I don't know if you guys know, you can take a piece of bread or like regular piece of cheese, throw it on there, it doesn't stick. Have you guys ever done that? Like you make your eggs on here. You guys know that, right? Or pancakes, take these off, put your pancakes on there. You don't have to have a waffle pan because this does the same thing. And these here you guys can use on the outside grill. You guys know that, right? Always use these on the outside grill. It sears your meats, so that way it doesn't drip down and get all, your grill don't turn on fire or whatever. But I don't know, do you guys ever use the grill pan, like always use it every single show? Every single show the grill pan has to be used. If I don't, I sometimes make pizza in it, pop it in the oven, that kind of thing. And I don't see the kitchen spritzer. I always use the kitchen spritzer. And spritz these. Okay. Because the next time it won't stick. So you can sell the spritzer. And I don't use a timer, so that's bad probably. But I think the reason a lot of people like bacon. I mean, I never use the microwave for my bacon because it takes about 3 minutes to make a pound of bacon on here. You don't have to flip your bacon if you use the lines the opposite way. You guys know that? No. When you see the lines going this way, you flip it this way, then you don't have to flip your bacon.
Good to know.
I mean, a lot of people don't know that. It's okay. Because it goes down into your, like when you put your bacon on here, the lines go opposite, it kind of goes down into your bacon goes, like it goes flat or whatever. I don't know.
No, that's good. I didn't know that.
So why would you not want to buy this pan and make bacon that takes 2 minutes instead of, you know. I never make this much chicken at a show, so I'll do this. I'll be there all night. I don't know, does anybody use these, like you guys talk about it outside grill? No. Never? You know when you're grilling and you have like marinated meat and it's dripping down and the flames coming up, if you set these on your food, it immediately stops doing that. Wow. It never drips down into your grill, ever. So you can sell these separate. You know, a lot of people that have this pan, sometimes they have the pan but don't have the, and even the 2-burner flat one, sometimes they have that. Well, you can sell both of these for them. You don't have to have the pan. But I think a lot of them, like I said, I have a lot of call-ins for bookings, but I think they see the pan being used. I don't want to do a show that night or whatever. The next, they go home and they talk about it, and they're like, I have to have this pan. So I think 99% of my hosts are after this pan right here. Either they buy the thing or they host a party for it. I got all my May shows by like the $100 pan. You have to know the prices of your half price and 60% off items. If you do, that's what gets all your shows. That's what gets your bookings. If you're like, this pan is 60% off, but you don't spell out the price, they're like, whoa. Then they look at the catalog and they're not calculating how much it is. You have to know the price.
So what do you say, Katie? This pan is $100?
I always say, if you look in the catalog and see this pan is $250, why would you want to spend $250 for this pan if you can spend $100 for it in May and use the other $150 for the other stuff that I have up here? Does that make sense?
Yes.
And like in June, I tell them with a, what is it, $700 show? I don't know, something like that. Well, this is $250 pan. You could probably get it for if you have $600. I always tell them, well, in June you don't have to even pay a dime for it if you do a $650 show in June. And that started all those crazy shows that came on my calendar. I actually have a waiting list in case somebody drops out, that I have to put the other person back in there. But that's, I mean, basically, and I always bring something to bake in here, always, at every single show. And I'm still using older recipes that I used 16 years ago. I'm still using that. I don't use, like, I've never done a station style show in my life. Seriously, I've never done it. I don't know why, I've just never done it.
What
It's
about
not bad.
what about the characteristics of the pan? Why is that one?
Well, it's got a
Why
lifetime
do you love
warranty on it.
Okay.
And you can always, you know, if it gets scratched up, you can send it back, get a new pan, that kind of thing. Am I supposed to be timing these things? Because I never do. Should I?
What's that?
I never
Timing.
time my chicken, I just look at it.
Yep, I do too.
But, I mean, that's the reason, like I said, that's a lot of times why people book shows or buy this pan, because of all the different things that you can do. When I did that guys show,
Tell us about it, Katie.
Yeah.
I sold 8 of these.
Wow. And how much were your sales and how many people were there?
There was 32 guys, not one outside order. It was $5,600 in sales.
Wow.
And
All men.
all men. There was no women allowed. I sold 20 of these.
And what is that?
The rock crock thing.
Okay.
And then the pan over there, the grill pan, I think I sold maybe at least 30 of those. The one guy bought 4 because I told him what everything you can do with
What are
these
some of the things, that you can do on it, Katie?
Make pizza on the grill, I do my bacon outside. If it's nice out, I throw my bacon on there. I make my eggs on there on the grill. I mean, just, if you do fish on here, it doesn't stick. I always tell them, if you were thinking about buying a grilling basket, get this thing instead. You don't need to buy a grilling basket. You just can use you can use this one in the oven where you can't the grilling basket. That's just outside. This you can use year round. So that's why, I think that's why a lot of people, this is probably my top selling pan right here. I mean, because you can do so much with it. I got my grill on fire though with this thing the other day, so melted my siding and the whole 9 yards. But it's still good.
And what's on there now, Katie?
Roasted cauliflower,
Cauliflower and tomatoes. I mean, how did we do it?
45 minutes at something,
400?
400 degrees. You know, that's why I always use this pan. I quit using my stones. I brought this with me, and like the large round stone, I never use that thing anymore. I started using this thing because you can do so much with this thing. Like, not just the stones are good, don't get me wrong, but if I need 2 of them, I use my round stone, but this one here is always the one that goes with me and does whatever in it. Because you can, like I said, in the summertime, this is out on the grill all the time, and like putting it on the burners and that kind of thing. So I think that's why a lot of people like the.
What are the recipes that you might demo that use that one?
Yeah. Can you say specifically what
Yeah.
you would say at the show? Sell it to us, Katie.
Like what do you
Pretend we're
need?
not consultants.
I know, but what
Why
do
do we want that stuff?
Yeah.
like I told you
Sell it
guys.
to me. Sell
Yeah.
it to me.
That's exactly what I told you guys. Use it for pizza, use it on
Okay.
the grill, use it on the burners, use it in the oven.
What were we making at the show? What are you making
Like
at
I
your show?
make the taco ring on here. There's braids I make. I never put them in a braid. I always put it in a ring because you can use this thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is much more, you're gonna sell these a lot quicker than the flat whatever. But that's how I sell these things. And I did a couple of them. I was just wanting to see, because not that I needed the shows, but I thought I'm going to do it to see if this actually works, because I want to do it for my team. I told them, I said, whatever date they pick for their shows in May, which was a bad idea because then I had to turn people away, they get it for that price of the day. And they took off, I'm like, oh my, I'm going to have to stop that. But that's something that. But it was a little pricey. But if you put it on the if somebody didn't use a half price, you could do it that way. It's all it's an investment or whatever. But it did work, and my team did it, and a couple of them got some shows. But I was just trying to see if that actually works. If this is a product that people would actually like to use and like to get at a half price or whatever. But even like this pan right here. If it's not on sale, if it's not a 60% off item or whatever, I always tell them it's $125 any time of the year. Why would you ever want to spend, but people do, they still come out and pay $250 because they want nothing to do with the show. But it's either you're going to book the thing or else you're going to sell it. And it's very, very, very seldom that if I don't turn in a show, I have a couple of these on there, I always have bookings for it. Like I said, I don't get that many bookings at my shows right when I'm doing the show, because I forget to talk about bookings, because I'm too busy doing whatever. And then they call the next day or the day after, or a couple days later, can I still book for this party? I'm like, yeah. So that's why they do that. They go home and they think about it. So.
Nice job, Katie. And I just want to say that Katie was #2 in sales in the company, so you really need to watch this a second and a third time to get everything out of it, so you sell grill pans like Katie does. And Charity has over $220,000 in sales in for the year, and we are excited to see her walk the stage this year. Woo!